Yeah.
It better be a Slick Rick quote.
Lottie.
Dottie.
We
like the party.
We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody with just a man that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic. Right? For all of y'all, keeping y'all in hell. Just to see you smile and enjoy yourself. Because it's cool when you cause a cozy condition that we create. Cause that's our mission. So listen to what we say. Cause this type of shit happens every day. I woke up around 10 o'clock in the morning and gave myself a stretch up. I'm on it yawning. Went to the bathroom to wash up. Put some soap on my face and my hand up on a cup. I said, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the top choice of them all? There was a rumble dumble. 5 minutes it lasted. The mirror said, you are, you conceited bastards. Hey yo, but what I was supposed to say.
And Slick Rick should have been on the fucking list. Right.
For sure.
Right.
That's a fact. That's
Let's
a
go.
fact.
All right.
Damn, what I was supposed to say was, I took that Lux job for you. Made it to the rooftop before daylight, like a gargoyle. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Salute to Rum Nitty, man.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, Rum was crazy.
Whew. But June, man, what happened this past weekend, man? Let us know.
Man,
Let us know through your eyes, good brother.
first and foremost, shout out to Houston, man. It was my first time there this weekend.
Word.
Had a great time. Like I told y'all when I walked in, it was like the most Texas shit ever. I met Lil Flip. I met Sauce Walker. I met Trey the Truth. I went to Trill Burgers. You know what I'm saying? Had some fire barbecues. You know what I'm saying? Got lost on the highway mad times. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had a Houston experience, man. The weather was beautiful. The ambiance, everything, all that. So shout out to Houston.
Do they still got the Screw mixtape shop up there?
It's still there.
I ain't peep it, nah.
It's still there.
It's still there? That's dope.
I have a question for the pod real quick. Now, I used to live in Houston. You been to Houston? I know you've been to Houston. Have y'all two been to Houston?
I never been.
Y'all just gonna know this from
Oh, I gotta go.
y'all just gonna know this from YouTube and BET then. My bold statement is that Houston has the most beautiful black women in the United States of America.
I've heard that.
Top
I
three,
definitely seen some
top
stallions. I ain't gonna lie. I see why Meg
Damn.
built the way she is. I'm like, yo, these Houston girls is different.
Yeah,
I
Houston's
heard
crazy.
Houston, Atlanta, and DC.
Okay.
Yo,
Throw
Houston,
New Orleans in there.
bro.
The Inno got everything.
Yeah, I know that.
Bro.
Inno got everything.
Listen, it's Houston. Trust me.
I heard. I mean, you
was
got
at the
the
Galleria,
mix.
Yeah, yeah, and I was at the Galleria.
Mexican.
The Galleria was crazy. Yeah, I forgot to mention that too. I was at the Galleria, one of the biggest malls ever.
Nigga,
Crazy.
the
Yo.
mall has a
But that's your
skating
first
rink
time in Houston?
Period. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I could never live
in
close
Texas,
to the
period.
Galleria.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't never been in
You be there
Texas.
every day.
I shop too much to live close to the
I used to
Galleria.
live right across the street from it at Post Oak. They have a skating rink.
I was about to say that they got an ice skating rink
Yeah,
in that motherfucker. That
He
shit's
been to
crazy.
Houston?
I've been mad times.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that. Oh,
Word.
my bad, son.
But you know, to go into the battle joint, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to TBL first and foremost too, throwing a crazy event, 2-day event, you know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely helping the culture push forward right now, in the midst of everything that's going on and all that, you know what I'm saying? The battles was crazy. Should I get into the negative or the positive first? What y'all think? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do it just good. I would say just go battle for battle and then
All right,
talk about it as we
All right,
go.
cool.
What was your favorite battle? Can we start there?
My favorite battle had to have been Jey The Nitewing and Ill Will.
Thank you.
Any battles that you were looking forward to seeing that you saw that didn't live up to the expectation?
I would say Daylyt and Rum. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it was a bad battle, but just before the battle happened, like the expectation, you know what I'm saying, that we thought was gonna happen didn't really happen. And I would say it too. Like Daylyt was like the plus, the A plus on the card, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the face of the main event, and I feel like he kind of stunk it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And people was kind of expecting a certain Daylyt. But that's the bad thing about battle rap, you know what I'm saying? When you sit out for like 5 years, you build up in promo, and you say, yo, I got these godlike rounds, and then when you come, you gotta deliver. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that he didn't. His third round to me was
Let's
was
not
insane.
dissect that one straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate.
Let's
get into it. All right, so look, first day, I got there after like a few battles, you know what I'm saying? It was hot as hell out there, so whatever. Loso versus J2. Crazy battle, back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, the theme with the whole LGBTQ and the Christian thing going on.
Niggas
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
never say the acronym right.
I ain't want to
Community,
get
the community.
the community, the alphabet gang.
Yo, they always add more letters, and then niggas always shorten it up more.
So,
You can't say the alphabet gang.
all right, I'm trying to be politically correct with the LGBTQ. All right, whatever.
It's the community, man.
But you know, J2 battled A Ward.
Alphabet gang is like saying black people coloreds.
The color.
Dang, we coloreds.
All right, what up?
Colors is wild. Matter of fact, Joe Biden just did a speech. He said, "I grew up with colors." I said, "Oh my God, get his mic." This nigga said colors.
But nah, yeah. So it was a theme, you know, Christian versus that, and you know, J2 had battled A Ward prior to this battle, right, which is Loso's man's. So everybody thought that J2 would kind of like, cause he got his ass whipped. Versus
He did. A Ward
right?
went crazy.
So everybody thought that J2 would come in and kind of like, you know, make up for that. But I guess Loso knew that. He was like, nah, you ain't about to go crazy on me. You know what I'm saying? And Loso just kept the momentum with him every time. J2 did have a crazy line, though, when he was like, Kamala, Michelle Obama, something about you better run from these bitches or something like that. The way he put it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you better run or something like that. But Loso just was too much for him. I feel like overpowered him all 3 rounds, and he got that one clear.
Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna pose this question to PC.
Oh man.
So PC,
Yeah.
as a battle rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do the battle. They giving you $50,000 cash up front to do the battle, right?
He's going.
Is it more difficult to prepare for a gay dude in a battle or the most dangerous female?
That's a great question, bro. That's really a great question. It's probably more difficult to prepare for the female, only because I feel like they give females the advantage of anything. I always stand on that. Female has the advantage over the guy. He has to come. He got to pull a. I always, they say pull a rabbit out there. He got to pull a hat out of rabbit. For real, bro. For real. Like they be trying to act like he just. That's why they say niggas don't take joint serious, because it seemed like he's not. But in reality, they always say the women always say he would be 80% of the building with that same material, But you mean it? That's why I be like, okay, Hollow will battle Jaz, and then he'll battle Loaded Lux, and you'll get one of the best Hollow performances ever. That don't mean that Jaz could beat Hollow. I mean, beat Loaded Lux. You feel what I'm saying? So it just you only prepare as good as you feel like your opponent is. That's just what it is. So I mean, if I'm battling a gay dude, we both men at the end of the day. So I could get crazy with you, but if I'm battling the joint, that is Super Bowl. But if I'm battling the joint,
Crazy with the crazy.
it's like if you go, okay, Pete, if you go super heavy gun bars on the joint, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
You shooting a girl?
If you trying to go like, girl, I'll fuck the shit out of you. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, what angle do you take towards the female? It's like everything you do is a negative.
I got a variable for you though, right? So there's a battle where Rain, you ever see this? Where Bonnie battled Averb and she pulled out a dildo?
Yeah.
Crazy. I see that.
Right? So it's like, you could potentially go against that. You rather have a girl pull that out on you than a gay dude in a battle? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain actions and things people could do to you that look way worse on cam.
Right.
Depending what type of person you battling.
Yeah,
You don't nobody want to deal with that variable.
Has a gay dude? It's only one gay battle rapper, right?
No.
Nah, there's like a whole gay league.
There's a league.
Yeah, it's
Shout out to Sarah Connor.
It's only well
But
known.
look, the next battle. Before we get too wrapped up, it goes with the theme of our podcast where my man's Drect just dropped, which is O-Ns versus Y-Ns. You know what I'm saying? And it's Pass versus Yunus. You know what I'm saying? Yunus is like the representative of the new era right now, the spaces, battlers, impersonations, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And Pass has been around since grind time, and all, but before that, Scribble Jam and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It was two different kind of rap to me. You know what I'm saying? As far as the references, like Yunus had like more young boy references. Like he had like his first round, he won the first round to me, but like he had like a reference to like a SpongeBob. Like his haymaker was like a SpongeBob haymaker, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's not for me. I could see somebody else liking it, you know what I'm saying, but not for me. But then Pass and his third, he's talking heavy to him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just saying like, I'm from grind time and all this stuff, and you came in with a copying a style, like you copy and paste, like you learn how to do this. I was born to do this. I was born to rap like this. You heard us and copied that, mimic that. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, how you African, but you call yourself the Prince of Wakanda? Like it's a fictional place, like you know what I'm saying? So he was hitting them with shit like that. Like I resonated with the shit that Pass was saying more. But I wouldn't be mad if somebody said,
yeah, because you were Owen.
I mean, nah, I'm almost there. I'm
You
almost
on the
there.
cusp.
I'm old enough. Let's put it like that. And I ain't no YN. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got Pass winning off of the fact that I liked his material more. But if you go back and if you like Yunus' material more, I get why you say he won.
Yo, MJ, is there a definitive way, because a lot of people say it was just a style class, it was just a style class. There has to be a way, like, let's say it was a tournament, right? How do you judge a battle where people have two different approaches and they both do good?
That's a good question.
Real talk versus punchlines, for instance.
It's a preference thing. I know we talked about judging it like you talked about having like a scorecard like boxing.
Yeah,
and
criteria.
doing so, you know, it would have to be like wordplay, relatability, performance, delivery, all that. It's a preference thing because a lot of times people feel like that. If you're a fan of someone and they say, well, he got crazy, no, he got crazy. Both of them did their thing, but it's kind of which one you like better. So yeah, that's where something like that, where you had a criteria and a checklist to kind of go by to really pick a definitive answer.
So if one nigga is angling and the other nigga just rapping.
Me personally, whichever one takes more skill is the one I give the nod to.
Whichever one did better at whatever it is they were doing.
Well, if yours, yeah, but if it's like straight punchlining and angling, to me it's easier to, I'll say punchline and scheming. To me, it's easier to scheme than to have a whole round of punchlines that are just back to back to back. Like a scheme, it's like
Association.
It's word association. All of it's right there. It's just putting it together. So yeah, that's nice. But you know, for me personally, I would respect like the degree of difficulty.
What if the angle's fake?
Hold on, I want to comment on that real quick because I disagree. I feel like I've heard you could come with a bunch of punchlines, but if they not good, it's just not good.
No, they have to be good.
You're right.
They have to be good.
Yeah, and then like I've heard some amazing schemes before. I'm like, God, like, how this nigga think of that? Like it's not just as simple as like one of my favorite schemes is my next EP, MD, check the sermon. You gonna get this work till you're fired
in the furnace.
Calico got the casket for free. You gonna earn it. That's a scheme. That's he not punching, but that shit is insane.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it depends on what kind of punches are you putting up against that.
Yeah,
but what he's saying is like all he got to think of is earn. He's saying it's easy.
But nah, that wasn't. But that wasn't really.
Think of earn and just think of things that associated with it.
Like,
but that wasn't
clever
easy.
way do you want to put
like you said, the degree.
That's what he's saying. It's right there.
Yeah, but if you just got some regular weak punchlines, no, that's not better than that.
Word.
But if you have just as high level as that,
right,
and the punchline department, I would give the nod to the punchline department.
I'll say this. You know what the easiest thing to do in battle rap is? Real talk.
Well, it's not. Yeah, but even that has to be done creative.
It's got to be done right.
I think
There's some people who don't do it right and people react to it.
No, you're
they have
right.
a good voice.
You're right. You're right. Like I think T-Top does it very well.
What you know about staying up all night with your eyelids open because your mom only got government cheese on Tuesday?
Yeah.
He is absolutely correct.
Did I say this shit? He was like, "I'll kill the rat."
Yeah. With the rotate. Yeah.
Mom, I'ma kill the rat. I'ma catch it.
What? Who said that?
This a nigga being funny about old rappers.
He said y'all niggas think y'all ill
with the
because y'all
struggle.
struggling. Y'all niggas like
There's rats in my mama house. My mama catch it.
and niggas would go nuts because look, for instance, one of Foot's most viral joints is he'd be like, me going back and forth with the Reaper, like let me win. You know that bar that he said when he was like
You battle Souffleur?
letting the nigga know that he was an EMT.
Right, he's fighting for his
And he was
man,
like,
his own
nigga,
man.
what you know about flipping a nigga over and this your relative or something like that?
right.
Going back with because the nigga
I was like, nothing, nigga.
His slogan is "Let me win." The nigga he was battling,
Mm-hmm.
so he was like, "I'm
That's hard,
literally going back and forth with the Reaper, like
God,
let me win."
That's hard.
All right,
So
cool,
it's
cool.
dope, but that's
hard.
like his most viral joint. And like Drect said, just because it's like,
But-
it's like
but-
real nigga
Hold up, but
talk.
it's real nigga shit mixed with like
A name
a
flip.
part of
A
a
part of the
scheme
scheme
type
and
But
shit.
the
Yeah.
people that's reposting, even my
They don't even
relatives,
understand
they don't
where it
even
came
know
from.
what it means. They just know that it's just like some heartfelt shit. You flip your man. It just sound like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Niggas
Yeah,
like
yeah.
these-
Yep.
I also think
Sometimes
we
it's
should
a
have more-
visual too, though. You
Right,
know what
it
I'm
is a
saying?
visual.
Somebody is like, if you could picture what he's saying, it's like, damn, son, the niggas right there pumping his name.
Right.
Back
Back to what you were saying, though, I believe it should be more style clashes. I feel like the reason we don't have enough style clashes is because too many niggas is trying to do the same thing.
Just whack. Before you go to the next battle, do you remember what the SpongeBob bar was? Because you know I'm the in-house cartoon nigga.
He
So I
said,
can tell you if it was good or not.
like, don't quote me. He was like, when Patrick was like, we gotta move this from Bikini Bottom, or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
It's too deep, but go ahead.
Yeah, but like some bullshit like that.
Nah,
And
He did the voice?
Yeah, he did the voice and everything, just like that.
Speaking of
And then
SpongeBob,
Patrick's reaction was hilarious. He was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
speaking of SpongeBob, I never really realized how bad that Squidward's clarinet. That shit is.
Locked to death with Squidward's clarinet. Yo, that was trash then. It's still trash now.
Some of the worst shit in battle rap history.
Was it something there? Like, was it a
No,
No,
nothing leading
Just
up to
beat him
that.
to death with a clarinet that happens to be
Out of
Squidward's.
nowhere,
That's
no
it.
Yo, do you
SpongeBob
know who
references
Squidward
lead.
is? Do you know who
Nigga that plays the
Squidward is?
flute with the big nose and SpongeBob.
Yo, nigga,
I've never seen episodes
He's
of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's neighbor,
Strait,
right?
We see pictures and shit.
yeah, no,
The
I-
little octopus nigga with the long nose.
He's a squid, nigga.
Oh, Squid, whatever. Squidward, yeah.
It's not
He's a
octopus.
Squid, octopus, same family tree, nigga.
Same family.
Same shit.
Octoword. Anyway,
Same
what's the
family.
next battle,
family.
nigga? What's the next battle?
Anyway, all right. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, with Squidward's
I hate
clarinet.
PC. Yo.
Getting beat with a fictional flute is crazy. But anyway,
A clarinet.
same family, nigga. Like that, boys. Speaking of bars, Lou Castro and Chef Trez, man. Yeah, that was one of the best back and forths of the whole weekend, man. My only gripe, so that leads into one of my gripes of the day, right? Is that all right? So when Trez was going, like he's not known for
Projection.
vocal projection like that, right? He's very soft spoken and stuff. Day one, they didn't have no mics in the building whatsoever. So it was hard. If you wasn't in the pit, if you was on the outside trying to listen, like you could not hear that.
That's
shit.
crazy.
That's
You know
why
what I'm
niggas
saying?
were talking in the
That's
back.
why niggas was talking in the background so heavy. You feel me? So this is just my analysis from in the building. I had Lou winning clear, but just because I could hear him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Trez, like I was just there like ear hustling, like, yo, like what is he saying? And then like I heard him getting reactions here and there, like he had some crazy rebuttals, of course, you know what I'm saying? That's what he do. But Lou is nice to me, bro. Like Lou
That
is
nigga's
fine.
nice.
He is dead
Lou
nice, bro.
is
He is slept on. He don't get as much respect as he should in this culture.
dog.
Hey, big dog, like for real, like bro.
nice.
He nice. He animated.
Yeah,
he got the punches, delivery, all that. Everything on the battle rap checkbox. Check it off for him. You know what I mean? So yeah, salute to that battle. It was one of the best back and forths.
Do you think on camera people are gonna say Trez won or say it was close?
Nah,
Well, no. So
it's still.
Well, I mean, obviously, you saw it on
when I
camera.
checked on Twitter and Facebook and all that shit, a lot of people had Trez winning.
Word?
Yeah, like it was like half and half. It was like a 60-40 or 55-45 type of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he had moments, like, you know what I'm saying? He had some crazy moments and shit. He had rebutted something that Lou said. I can't repeat it verbatim and shit. But yeah, dope battle, bro. I fucked with it. Yeah, for sure. And
you want me to say the next battle or you got the next one?
shit. Let me see. Hold on.
Hollow and Jazz.
Nah, that's main event. So, real quick, Miss Hustle and Real Deal, crazy back and forth too. You know what I'm saying? Real Deal was kind of like styling on her a little bit. Hustle, you know what I'm saying? She's hustle, like she's fire. She had it all in that battle. All 3 rounds. I can't call that one. I wouldn't be mad 2-1 either way. Clips and Mike P. What?
Question.
Go ahead.
I got a question
All right,
about
before I get into on clips.
Real Deal and Hustle, right? Do you feel like Hustle stepped her creativity up to be able to compete with Real Deal on that level, to where his fan base would be like,
She didn't do nothing too crazy out the norm, but did she approach him a little bit different? Yeah. But that's normal when you're going against somebody like Real Deal, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't rap to him like you battling a smack dude or whatever and shit, because you know he gonna come in and kind of angle you to death and shit like that. So I feel like she adjusted a little bit, for sure. Not fully, but she did her thing. Yeah.
It's a 2-1.
Real Deal. I'd say Real Deal 2-1, for sure. And then the next joint, real quick, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this battle, is Clips and Mike P. What else is there to say, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always, Clips, you gotta get it together, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't care. It's crazy, right? Like, how is you mad at us for wanting to see you do good? That's crazy. You feel me? Like I'm a fan, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see you do great. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he was not to be fucked with. Like, he was a monster. Like, X Factor, Verb, all those battles. Like, son was on the tier. You know what I mean? And then just to see where you at now, I get it. You comfortable and all that. You know what I'm saying? You done been on TV, all the extra shit. But just, if you're gonna come in this culture, bro, like, just don't come get the bag. Come do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Or
How you think? What you think about the whole Cortez and?
I mean, that's not no secret to me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, how do you feel about that being brought out in the battle still? Like,
No. So say what happened for people that are watching that don't know what y'all talking about.
So in Clips' third round, he's rapping to Mike P or whatever, and he's like telling Mike P like, "Yo, if you don't apologize to me right now, he's like, I have a whole round for you, but if you don't shake my hand, I'm gonna fucking go into this." And then he's like, "You ain't gonna shake my hand? You ain't gonna shake my hand?" And Mike P's like, "Nah, I ain't gonna shake your hand." He's like, "All right, well, welcome to my game show." And then he's like, "First contestant, Cortez, Brother Av, come on down." And you know what I'm saying? Cortez comes down and shit, and he was like, "Yeah." You feel me? And then Cortez comes down, and then he was like, "This something, it rhymes with NYB. Who fucked with your girl?" And Cortez was like, "Me." Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But it was a cop out.
like that shit.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Yeah. So basically, he just tried to call Cortez down to say that he fucked with Mike P's girl too. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something that a lot of people on the inner circle already didn't know. So
Right. I just feel like you shouldn't be name dropping niggas who don't want to be name dropped. If I didn't put it out
Dry
there,
snitching.
if I ain't put it out there that I fucked the bitch, nigga, don't say my name, because that's happened to me before.
Right.
Nigga mentioned a bitch I fucked in the battle. I'm like, yo, homie, why would you say that?
Oh, what battle did that happen in, Rain?
Shouts to my nigga John John. John put me out there. I'm like, yo, bro, why the fuck would you do that? And he's like, I thought it was public knowledge. I'm like, yo, that was crazy. You can't do that. That's wild.
You know, I think the thing is why people get so mad at Clips is because Clips has the ability to think of some of the most creative ideas
shit ever,
that you could bring to a battle, but you would want to see them execute it 100% all the way through. So it's like you use up the idea in a freestyle, and it's like, damn, imagine what that would have looked like if you prepared it right.
Right, no, it's
what I'm saying?
as simple as pulling out a fucking orange. Me and Pete talk about this shit all the time. It's not even about pulling out the orange, it's the way he did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when he did it, it was concise. Like, he had 3 full rounds, and it
Like,
connected.
yo, that's some of the
Greatest shit ever. Bro, he literally just like, I'm fat. I brought another one. Like, it was just,
But also,
That was
though,
crazy.
a lot of people don't know this. Clips has given a lot of your favorite battlers their best angle. He might just be like, yo, what you need to do against Rain, you need to talk about. And when he don't necessarily give you the bars,
Nah, yeah,
but he'll give you
spark the idea.
All day. He
he'll
does that
get-
shit all day.
He give niggas they
gift.
best shit ever. They have to, it's up to you to compose it and make it.
and shit,
but
yeah.
he gives you the
But
entire idea.
Nah,
how to bring it
and you
back
see
full circle.
that spark of genius when he raps. Sometimes you're like, damn, bro, like some of the angles and ideas you come up with is mad fresh and original, like, you know what I'm saying? But just he don't execute no more like that, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, he don't give a fuck like that, but just stop wasting our time.
But what's the next battle, man?
On the list, the surprise battle, because since we're talking about Cortez battled Av, and you know what I'm saying? I was right there in Corv's corner for that. But I can't lie, I feel like Av won 2-1, clear. Usually I don't like Av, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he got punched.
You're not an Av fan?
I'm not an Av fan because, like, he's real
The same.
He do the same robotic.
Yeah,
he do the
yeah.
same shit every battle, same cadence,
Yeah.
same flow. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of leveled up and went crazy on court. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that
Type
nigga's nice,
shit.
though.
So
No,
I
I think,
fucked
I think after Av battled Bad News, and he didn't execute the way people wanted
Word.
to. He had the information. It make you go back and be like, what do I do in my next battle?
Nah, and so shout out to Core because he brought that up in the battle versus Av, where he was like, "Yo, you battled Bad News," and he's like, "You so robotic, you can't even come up with a good angle." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now
to talk
nobody,
about
now
it.
nobody can.
Right, like, you know what I'm saying? No, yo, Bad News is crazy. What did they say? I'll snitch again.
Yeah. Now nobody. My man say if anybody mentioned it, it's up. Anybody call him a rat?
knocking niggas
He
up.
knocking
That's
niggas
what he said,
out. He
yeah.
fucking up the event.
He battling A-Ward next. Supposedly, he told A-Ward that he can't say it in the battle or else there's no battle. Like,
No, you see, A-Ward was like,
A-Ward stood on business, though. He was
Yeah, he
he
said
was
he
like,
saved
I'm going to do it. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, he should.
He
nigga,
should,
fuck that.
for sure.
He gonna let somebody who told tell you he can't say.
You
he
look
told.
bad. You can't beat up certain people in a battle. Do you know how bad it would look if he tried to fight A-Ward? That look bad.
it would.
That look bad.
Yeah, I can see A-Ward right now. Just because you told doesn't mean you can tell me what you said.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is a boy, yeah.
That's gonna be bad.
All right, what else we got over
When do
here?
they battle?
Geechee Gotti and 40. I watched the first round. I walked up. It was the last battle of day one. Niggas was tired. My fault.
You exited the building on that.
Yeah, Marv Won versus Ars. I saw the first two rounds. From what I saw, Marv Won was winning. You know what I'm saying? He was beating Ars.
No, Marv Won did win.
Yeah, kind of clear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was in his bag versus Ars, man. And Ars kind of was just stumbling and fumbling a little bit and shit like that. But Ars got 150 battles. So, whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Shouts to Marv, though. You can't.
Shout out to Marv.
No, hold on. Is it fair the niggas dedicated over 60 seconds to Charlie Clips and we can't talk about Arsonal?
I don't know. I mean,
but Arsonal, he hot and cold too, but he'll give you more solid performances than Clips do.
Like against Mook, he did great.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah.
It don't never
Matter
look
of fact, he choked versus Mook though.
No, I think he could have did better against Mook.
But it never
choked him
looked
second
like
round.
Ars is coming to play around though.
Yeah, in the second round he choked.
Yeah,
Ars-
like, if
Against
he has
B
a bad
Magic, he went
performance-
crazy.
Yeah, on RBE. Yeah,
Ars never drops the ball when we wanted him to show up.
his best battle to me was versus Lux.
Lux, he showed up. Mook, he showed up. Twerk, he
choked
showed
versus
up. Geechee, he showed
B
up.
Magic, he showed
Yo,
up.
Ars versus Geechee is my favorite. Ars,
That's my favorite Ars too.
Yo, Ars spazzed on Geechee.
And what I would say is, if Ars has a bad night, it's just it don't ever come off like he was playing.
Right,
He just has a
right.
bad
He just
night.
had a bad
Yeah,
night.
It's
Like,
not the same as like a nigga.
It was more of a
Yeah.
memorization issue than anything.
that's-
you feel me?
that's
Like, not the content. But shout out to both of them legends. You know what I'm saying? The battle should have happened a long ass time ago, if you ask me. Jersey Twerk and A-Ward did not go down. Twerk, he hurt his ankle. He showed video. You know what I'm saying? His foot, ankle.
I'm just.
Yeah, we technical as hell today, right? So anyway,
Same family.
right, same family. It's connected to the same
No,
joint.
you gotta step your details up, nigga.
I think it was his ankle.
Yeah,
I
it was like,
just-
he
being
put
funny.
his foot up on cam and he had like the swollen ankle and shit like that. He couldn't walk and nothing like that. So I'm not going to slight him too much on that because, health is wealth at the end of the day.
I'm gonna slight him because his ankle been hurting for a year. The nigga still been moving around. Fuck your
What up?
ankle, nigga.
A-Ward was there though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
That's
to
my
A-Ward. I didn't know that he was cool with my man Looney and shit. Looney pulled up. He was out
Oh,
there.
word.
Yeah, he came to the event.
With
what I'm saying?
A-Ward?
Well, he called A-Ward. He called me like, yo, y'all over there? And he wanted to come see the battle. But, Twerk canceled. But he's like, I'm still coming. So he pulled up. And then, A-Ward like, yo, I'm a fan of your boy Loon. I'm like, that's crazy. Small world. But
That's super dope.
yeah, so that was dope. And then the last battle of the day, How the Don versus Jazz.
That's a battle that a lot of people have been talking about.
Man. Y'all want to? I've been talking a lot. Y'all want to?
MJ,
Somebody?
MJ.
It was all right. It was close. Jazz.
Go round for round.
First round.
Hold on. You know what that side was?
What was the
I know
side?
what
I'll tell
it
you
was.
exactly
I
what
know
that
what it
side.
was.
We've all done it before. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
Nah, I guess
He doesn't want to be the bearer of bad news.
No, that's your inner fan. Like,
I'm definitely an inner fan of Hollow.
that's you deciding
Definitely.
how you gonna go about this.
Yeah, no, Hollow did his thing. He was Hollow at times for sure, but Jaz, you could just tell she really tapped in and she really took this really serious. The bar and the scheme where she had about the Utah Jazz, like Jordan Clarkson,
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone, Jordan
Stockton.
Clarkson. Even though you my crush, something like
I hope you get hit by a train.
I hope you get hit by a train. Yeah, because
basically what I'm trying to say is fuck anybody
that's playing with my name.
That shit was
about the Jazz. Oh my God, she had some joints in
Rain
there.
don't get it because he not an NBA nigga.
Yeah, she said everybody
What
from
the
the
train gotta
Utah
do?
Jazz. She's just saying Jordan Clarkson. I hope you get hit by a train.
Nah,
And
she's just saying, fuck Karl Malone, fuck
Yeah.
John Stockton. Y'all niggas is lame.
Lame.
Jordan
Jordan Clarkson,
Clarkson,
I
even
hope
though you my crush, I still hope you get hit by a train. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, fuck everybody who ever played with my name. So she just named mad Utah Jazz.
He's crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was-
the train had something to do with it.
Nah,
She was
just
rhyming
like,
to
fuck you,
get to
I hope you get hit by
Yo,
a train.
how did you
Like,
let
yeah,
niggas struggle through it and you knew the exact bar? The
I
whole
think
time? He just sitting there like, yeah,
I think
nigga,
he
wasn't on me.
yeah, nigga, tag me in.
Nah, word. And then she had the third round haymaker, which I was saying.
Which was the haymaker?
What she talked about Hollow's son when she was like, no wonder your son named Lennon.
Lennon, because you fold on niggas.
Because and then it was a build up from her talking about the whole math shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And talking about all the other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You folded and shit, so that no wonder your son named Lennon because you,
she-
you fold
She
on
went
niggas.
You
crazy.
didn't give Hollow nothing? Nobody?
Nah, he.
Nah, hold on. First round.
First round,
First round.
I go Hollow, but after that, she got it.
His second round was about a bunch of nothing.
It went dry.
It went super dry real quick.
It
You know
went
what I'm
dry.
saying? His first was like a very high moment, and then his third, it was good. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? The angles he took on that shit and like the wordplay he had on it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like Jaz and her third was just more direct.
She
like,
was.
This was like the name of the game for this whole event. Like anybody who was more direct, really attacking your opponent.
Yeah, you got to get like me to really win battles.
I have an unpopular opinion.
What's up?
I got Hollow 2-1.
First and the third.
Explain, my
Yes,
brother.
sir. First, when he was saying how Nitty gave you and Hustle the same bar, blah blah blah. Then he said, I forgot how he
The composer?
that Beethoven shit, and then
Yeah.
he said Jaz ain't composing. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God! Then in the third, when he was like. He referenced everything she be stealing. He was like, and you even took my shit and you known for it. And then he was like, how he do it?
I forgot
And he
about
was
you
like,
talking about-
and he said, oh yeah, hold on. You thought I was going to scroll right? He pulled out the
scroll, yeah.
I'm like,
A real
yo,
actual scroll.
Where do
nigga.
you buy a ye old scroll?
bro.
That nigga went to the Chinese food store and
To me, I
you know how
just
they
like
sell the
them
cabbages
better.
and shit.
I just like them better. But Jaz is my female goat. I think she's the goat. But
Yeah,
I
she-
just
she a
think,
female goat, my nigga.
She
She's
is.
done so much.
I
at
just
this
think
point.
Hollow was better at
Yeah.
that battle.
All right, so what we got next, June?
All right,
Day
man. So
two?
that was day one. Day two, let's get into it. Hansel and Ace Amin didn't go down. Clone and Elijah Strait. It was a cool battle. Didn't watch most of it. I ain't
I
gonna
think
lie.
Elijah is
Elijah
really
Strait.
dope.
He's been getting a lot of comparisons to Nitty. A lot of people have been saying that he
He
sounds
don't
just like
give me.
Nitty.
He don't give me no Nitty vibes though. Even the way he set up his bars and all, he doesn't give me no Nitty at all.
I think he sound like him more than what he rap like him. You know what I'm saying? Like the inflections in his voice kind of sounds like Nitty, but maybe not his material.
They should put J2 versus Elijah Straight. Just to see what kind
That's
of
hilarious.
name
What comes
flips they
out?
come up with.
I'm straight. But Clone, he's usually better. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front no slight to him. You know, he's home team. He's out here in Georgia and all that and shit like that. But he had like an Earl moment in the second round where like Elijah wasn't even talking. You know what I'm saying? And he was like,
Come
yo,
on.
come on, bro. He's like, yo, this nigga, man. Like, yo, why you stop talking,
And
man?
that's not the only battle that happened.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly.
But we gonna get to
Yeah,
that.
we'll get
not.
into that. But you know, he had an off night. It happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bounce back. I think you're dope. You know what I mean? But I had Elijah winning that battle clear. Sheet happens versus XL. That happened right before I walked into the building, so I can't touch base on that. Shout out to XL. I was with him all weekend. Cool dude. Danny Myers and Quest McCody, same thing. I had just walked in, and I feel bad I can't recap this battle because from what I hear, that's like one of the best battles of the whole weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I watched some of it from the footage that we watched and shit. And the first round, and Quest and Danny both was getting super busy. So I'm gonna finish that battle. But salute to both of y'all. Like y'all had one of them ones from what I heard. And JC and Madflex, that to me was top 3 battle of the weekend to me.
That's a fact. Both of them went.
Both of them went nuts.
I feel like Madflex pen is crazy, and just because of where he was at, niggas ignored him. And when I say niggas, I mean like the greater audience of battle rap.
Right.
He said literally.
He said who?
That's how I feel like niggas ignored him. He said literally.
Nah, but Madflex is different, bro. He's so out the box, unorthodox. It's hard to quote him because just like wherever he pulled from is insane.
His pen is amazing.
And like JC, he matched that, but JC could kind of get robotic sometimes too, where it's kind of like the same pattern, the same flow. Where Madflex was kind of just throwing them from everywhere, like coming from everywhere with it.
I still love Madflex versus Jey The Nitewing. I think that's one of the
that's one of
the best battles ever.
That's one of them ones.
It is one of them ones
for sure.
Yeah.
So nothing bad to say about that battle. Like I said, top 3 battle of the weekend to me. Both of them got crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who won that.
If I had to pick, I got Madflex winning 2-1, but JC was JC. You know what I'm saying? He don't have off nights. Like JC's like a fucking. He's on go. He's on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Next one after that, Official versus Cheyraq. From the building consensus, after I walked in from smoking, they said that Official won 3-0.
They chanted 3-0.
Yeah, that she won 30. Versus Cheyraq, which I was sad to hear because I'm actually a huge Cheyraq fan. So I apologize for the whole comment, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That brings up an important question. Let me direct this to you, Rain, right? So in the last few years of battle rap, we can call this the Gen Z of battle rap, right? I feel like a lot of the newer rappers don't have the same training that a lot of the veterans do. So when a veteran shows up, I feel like it's hard for that generation of battlers to win because they're not used to facing that type of competition who has their own style, their own fan base, and knows how to just put pressure on in different type of stages. Do you feel like, because I feel like even when I saw that battle on the flyer, I'm like, that's a tough hill to hike up. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like a lot of them are gonna face that?
Yeah, I just feel like the newer generation of battle rappers never really took time to learn how to rap. And they just started kind of just saying lines. Like some of the guys that we look at now, even as some of the best, they don't really rap well. If you know what I'm saying.
They battle well.
Rap
they
well.
just say lines. It's like say a line, then say another line.
then
Say another line. You know what I'm saying? It's like line after line. But it's it's not rapping. Like they prioritize the punch. When before, the punch was just something added to
breaking the opponent down.
And you rapping and then you throw a punch in there. So I think that's like the biggest problem. Like whenever you see like the legends battling younger guys, you always like, God, like you realize how good the legends could rap.
You saying the art of rhyming, basically, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the rhythm to rap, like, you hear it's a certain rhythm.
Right.
Rapping.
Which leads into my next point.
Let's go.
Jey The Nitewing versus Ill Will.
Let's go.
When we talk about good rhyming, like the art of MCing, like for real, like not just throwing copy and paste punches on and shit like that. Like, yeah, like these boys were spitting. Like,
I was about to say both of them. Both of them.
Yeah,
both guys could rap. Yeah.
Nah, both.
Yeah. Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like what is there to say about this battle? It's like the best one to me all weekend. Both of them was going crazy. Who you had winning? Clear.
No clear. I got Will to clear in that one round where he got crazy.
So that was my next joint. I was gonna say that the third, like, you ever had a battle where you feel like, he might have lost the first 2 rounds, but his third was just so out of here
that you want to give him another round.
Another round. Like, that's how I felt about Will.
But
In the building,
y'all judge it round by round?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't judge round by round.
Hell yeah.
Nigga.
what did you judge it by?
Just like boxing,
The
get
overall,
scorecard. This might be a 10-14 round.
10-14, damn, nigga.
Nah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, whatever,
Okay,
110,
10-8,
110, 114, like boxing scorecards. I'm thinking.
This is
but yeah, like you might have hit the canvas in this round.
Right.
So how does that work, nigga? You got knocked out, nigga. You got knocked out. You don't need. You can't judge a battle round by round. in my opinion.
I think
don't think so.
to me battle rap changed when I'm with you. It kind of was a round by round, but with Lux versus Calico, it became the first time where you saw, yeah, he might have won the first round and then he might have choked, but you got knocked out, so he wins. And that was the first time I saw that.
Right, I think you can judge it round by round if nobody gets knocked out.
There you go. Okay. But if you got something in there,
if
you got something, if you got a,
you might not recover from this round. It's over.
Yeah, if you got a big Gerald, if you got a Lux third, or you got
a big Gerald.
Yeah,
you don't like that?
Yeah, nah, but that's that. If you got something like that.
A big Gerald is a KO.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the battle.
Without the big Gerald, there's no Lux versus Kyle.
If his pops don't say yes, sir, how's the round? Is it good or not?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Is it good or not if he don't say yes, sir?
Yeah, it's still good.
If it was a split, we all be fucked up.
Word.
Love it.
No, it still was a 5 round. But the battle stopped for a minute and a half. The whole even Hitman was just like, yo, why?
Yeah, he literally was like, "Come on,
it was like you just killed me." Like,
that's the beauty of the line. His dad was dead, and he actually responded back to the nigga. You're right. It wasn't as hard had he not said nothing, but he did. So it's like history was made.
Geechee is viral again because of that. That's one of them ones. Mm-hmm. That's definitely one of them ones.
Yo, Pete, let me ask you this, right? Put yourself in his shoes. You battling a nigga, the battle's fire.
And
I can't wait to
and your pop.
Hey, yo, PC pops. And your dad like what's up? And he just
That's how you do
now you understand.
I'm fucking my pops up.
How you gonna have this thing out?
Home is awkward.
Oh my god.
And then you watch the footage back and you and your brother is like, Pop, what are you like?
I never put myself in Hitman's spot. But right
you don't even want to stop and get in the eat with Pops afterwards. Like, I'm going home,
yo,
man.
PC Pops.
And
Yes,
sir. And that was in their hometown.
Yeah, it was ugly.
It was like my niggas here. I heard they brought the whole St. Louis.
Yeah,
out.
that was
Niggas like, even your pops was signed to a buster.
Hey yo, PC Pops. What you sound like?
The way he said it though, whether we like the line or not, he said that shit with so much conviction.
He said it
like, nigga down. That's the way you talk to
your
and
son.
the way he said it was like,
oh my
ooh.
god, that was crazy.
That was one of them ones.
Yo,
my
yeah,
nigga.
that was one of the ones.
The reaction.
Back to this
Yeah, so if you got something like that, then yeah, you could win. You could win the whole battle.
Now, Will went crazy.
He went crazy.
He went nuts in his third.
I want to talk about this battle for a second. Jey The Nitewing is like great voice delivery and projection.
Man, he's fire
with creativity.
Yes,
and like what Rain just said, like about the newer generation, how they just be rapping. Like when you watch like a veteran battler battle, and you see that he has his own style, as much effort as you put into your bars, you should put into creating something new that's specific to you. Because a lot of the stuff Jey The Nitewing does with the whole Mad King and just the way he puts his stuff together, you're not going to hear another battle rapper say it like that. Right. And I feel like when you're that type of person, you make the person you're going against get in a bag because they know they have to do that much more to kind of one up what you're doing. Because I feel like Jey The Nitewing was winning the first 2 rounds. It wasn't no 10-8. I had it like 10-9. Both first 2 rounds, but I thought he was doing a lot more within his time limits. But yo, when it got to that 3rd round, and Ill Will was like, it's crazy how your organs stopped working in front of the doctors and started working in front of the preacher. That shit was crazy.
It's insane.
You know what I mean?
He had a rebuttal too. I forgot at the beginning of his third.
Was it the mechanic thing?
I ain't have Jey The Nitewing 10-9 going into the 3rd.
I had Will winning the second too.
Yeah.
Oh, you had Will in the second?
I had Jay winning the first.
But the second round was when Jay had that line when he was talking about the Jason Williams pass. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot how you said it, but I remember him saying that.
Yeah, he said something like no look pass.
But that's one of them battles. That's one of them ones where you could debate it all fucking day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they both was just that good that night. You know what I mean? And
I will say this though. See, with Jey The Nitewing being a mechanic, and Ill Will is like one of the worst people to go against if you have like a job that's like mad funny to flip or something like that. He just made him being a mechanic sound so funny. He was like What he say about going in the hood? And he was like, last time I went into the hood, shit wasn't working
He said,
again.
I
or
could
something.
never be a mechanic. Every time I open the what did he say?
Every time I go in the hood, shit stop working.
Every time
That's
I
what he said.
go, I forgot.
No, that's what he said. He was like, I could never be a mechanic. Every time I go in the hood, shit stop working.
Yeah,
Every time I something in the hood, he damn, I can't remember it.
Like I said, y'all, I watched the battles once live, so it's hard to kind of repeat certain things. But I just remember moments, you know what I'm saying, and just how crazy we was going in the building for Will's third.
Do you think Jey The Nitewing is missing something?
The consistency. I feel like if he was as good as he has been at his highs, for just a couple more battles in the middle of his prime, people would treat him
nobody
differently.
mentioned him amongst like the
elite.
Yeah,
because he came in at a time.
I think niggas are scared of him. To be honest,
think about it.
My opinion.
Niggas are scared of him, and then when he was on his run, he didn't perform as well as he could have against a couple of opponents when everybody was watching. So I feel like because of that, it was an excuse to be like, oh, I don't got to battle this nigga. Because the fans aren't
I think he started getting his props when he battled Twerk on Twerk's return battle after the car crash, because people was like, oh, Twerk after the car crash, he about to come in and kill Jey. And then Jey stood right there like, nope. You know what I'm saying? And Jey went toe-to-toe with Twerk, and he went nuts. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I feel like people was giving it up for him more. You know what I'm saying?
And when did it decline? Because he should have catapulted after.
Well, no, would you consider it a decline? He battled Madflex, like what you mentioned, the next year on King of the Dot. And granted, I guess it's the platforms. You could say as well too, right? Like the platforms that he's on. Like this is like his first mega card that he was on.
He's not consistent on one platform enough, is what you think too? Like he's not
right. Like I feel like when he was on URL, he did the Ultimate Madness tournaments and shit like that, but they ain't really utilize him how they should have. In my opinion. And then King of the Dot, like, you know what I'm saying, they're not as active anymore, but when they booked him versus Madflex, he had, top 3 battle last year with that shit, if not the top battle.
I think Jey The Nitewing would do the best against more, like, creative opponents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Don't just put him against...
He needs the right platform and the right opponent. He need a top tier dude, like a super top tier dude to go against.
I'm not gonna lie, RIP, I would have loved to see Jey The Nitewing versus Pat Stay. Imagine the type of creative stuff they would have said in that battle.
I thought you was going to say Tech.
No. Pat Stay.
Nah, I'm not even trying to be.
No.
I thought you was going to say Tech.
Nope.
But yo, so one of the best battles of the weekend. Both y'all brothers is legends in my eyes. You know, so Jey, you on the way. Ill Will, you solidified. You know what I mean, for sure. Next joint, Illmac versus Real Sikh.
Another incredible one.
Incredible battle, bro.
On both sides.
On both ends, man. I just feel like Real Sikh is like on a tear right now, though. He on a mission. Like you could just tell he was more hungry for the battle. Whereas Illmac, you know, he like his angles be so unique, but I feel like he was more jokey with Real Sikh when Real Sikh is in like, nah, bro, I'm about to fuck you up.
He ain't kind of play.
I ain't coming to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of was coming at Illmac like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You battled over there, and you only battled over there. I battled both sides. I battled Paste, Twerk, K-Shine, all these dudes. You feel me? I could go over there where you at and kill shit. I could come over here on my on URL side and kill shit, and you can't type shit. Like so, like a lot of the angles he was taking on Mac, he was talking to us. He was sunning him. You know what I'm saying? And the whole ketchup and mustard shit angle he had. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of shit that because you know he raps, so he had mad angles, mad shit he crafted into his material. Whereas Illmac, it was more of like a slow burn. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I got Real Sikh clear in that battle.
P, what do you think Illmac approached the battle wrong, or you feel like he did it right, but Real Sikh was just?
I think the crowd didn't receive his material A1. I think it should have just happened elsewhere.
I think Illmac
spit the same exact raps in another environment where it'd be a totally different battle.
I think the problem with Illmac, and you gonna notice this probably more than anybody, YouTube, but like he's mad meticulous. I feel like some of the stuff he says, like you know how somebody will lead up to a fourth bar, punch on the fourth bar, or just capture everyone's attention on the fourth bar? All his shits is crafted perfectly, and I feel like it's almost a lost art. JC is one of the ones who does that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not action-packed, it's hard to keep people's ear, but the rappers respect it, and the real analysts respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Word. But, so that's all you got? Real Sikh? Yeah, so real sick clear in that battle. But shout out that battle finally happening. You know what I'm saying? It was like a very requested fan battle that people wanted to see. And I feel like they both delivered, you know what I'm saying, to the best of their abilities. So salute to both of them brothers. And then the last battle we going to cover.
Yeah.
We got the main event, Daylyt versus Rum Nitty, man. Y'all want to kick it off?
I'll go.
The alien.
So, all right, I got a couple things to say about this battle. First of all,
Yeah, the funniest shit real quick. And I'm watching this shit with my man. You know, in the first round, he comes out the hat and the shit, and he puts on the alien bat. I don't know why this is so funny, and I feel like I gotta bring it up. My man, I'm watching it. We like, your man got the baldy.
Niggas ain't no son, boy.
I saw the same.
You got the ball.
I said the same thing. I was like, I'd never seen him without a hat, but okay. I never saw him without a hat.
Yo, hold on, my man got the baldy. Yo, niggas with the baldy do not be showing they shit.
but yo, what I want to say about this battle is a couple
Mad
things, right?
ballhead battle rapper.
Embrace the baldy, bro.
You rock it.
Embrace the baldy,
it.
man.
You know what's funny? I don't think of Rain as a bald nigga.
me
I just
either.
think of her
It's
as Rain.
so normal. I don't hide it.
Yo, if you didn't have a beard, you look wild, nigga. You look like a peanut, nigga.
I didn't have a beard last week.
He did.
Nah, you had enough of a beard and not look like
This
a
shit just
peanut.
grew
I
back.
never realized that Gilly and Wallow baldies with no beards. Nigga,
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
They got nothing.
they have nothing.
Yeah, Plies. No, he just got the bottom.
That's weird to me. Yo, real quick, if a nigga got a beard with no mustache, that is weird. to
No,
me.
Plies got a mustache now.
Yo,
I think.
can you imagine being like a battle rap fan at home waiting for us to drop this? And you're like, yo, they finally about to talk.
About
And you start talking about peanuts and fucking Plies beard.
Yeah. We
You know what I'm saying? But
Daylyt versus Rum Nitty, main event shit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Drect.
all right, so what I want to say about this battle is highly anticipated. Daylyt has taken some years off. We all wanted to come back and see him battle Lux, but I feel like this was great enough. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing going in this battle, here's the funny shit about battle rap, right? People love to nitpick, but when it comes to someone that they view as an elite lyricist, all that goes out the window because there was a lot of non-nitpicking amongst fans going on in this battle, right? Even though Rum and Daylyt have two very different styles, their pens are both meticulous. So going into this, everybody is conditioned that I'm gonna be really quiet and sit in the corner and listen intensely. You know what I'm saying? So I can know who got the better of one another. So I think in the first round, I give it to Rum Nitty, right? Some people might say Daylyt got the first round, but we're gonna get back to that after second. Second round,
Get no first round.
PC, talk about what happened in the second round.
Wow, because Rum popped the battle off initially. So Rum goes first, Day goes first. Everybody was like, 1-0. I already seen mad 1-0s on Rum's side. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Then Rum's going again. And every time he gets crowd reaction, they like what? I rap really good. Like, yo, I'm telling. All right, you right there. All right. Anybody he sees reacting, all right. Keep that same energy when it's back on me. Then he went, fumbled it. Niggas is like,
Immediately,
nah, what?
Yeah, immediately, too.
It's just like the hype leading up. It's like getting in the ring like I'm about to fight. And then I'm like, yeah, and then you get it. It just looks very bad. It wouldn't get that much pushback had he not did all of that leading up to when it was time for him to rap again, bro.
Yo, I never seen a room energy get zapped.
Yeah.
Like, the way it was, like, when we was in there, bro, I ain't gonna lie. When the first round came on, everybody's all ears, like, yo, everybody, shh. You know what I'm saying? They about to go. Boom, first round we in tune. Like, all right, cool. As soon as Daylyt choked, bro, niggas was walking off like, yo, fuck this shit, yo. What the hell? We came for this.
But I want to talk about something important, and I want you to say how it was in the building. So, Rain, what Daylyt did was he rapped maybe like 10 bars, And he was like, and it was like, yo, chill. You don't know what's talking? Then he was like, time. And Rum was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
you gotta
he
finish.
wanted it. He wanted it so bad.
So Daylyt like, all right, I'm gonna start from the top.
Yep.
He started from the top, and then he just called time on
He got
himself
straight
again.
to that same part again.
same part. He was like,
Then Rum was about to rap.
He was like, oh, no, I got it. Yeah.
Not yo. Every
So,
time
Rum
Rum is trying to
was like,
rap, he
nah,
like
you don't got
yo over the nigga whole round. He like, bro, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
So Daylyt remembered his shit and then started going. And niggas, this is what we not going to do at home. Daylyt is my man. Like, I done been to this nigga house. The nigga literally has met my mom. What we not about to do is say that he planned this.
Right.
For
Oh
sure.
We not
my
about to say that he
God.
planned that, yo.
And he told me personally that he fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga
Quote
said,
me on that.
June, don't tell nobody this. Fucked up.
He didn't tell
Nigga
me
got
that.
on the podcast.
He didn't tell me that,
He
but
told
yeah.
me personally.
He told I was in a group of people, a circle of people, and he told us, like, it was a blip. Like, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
that was, no one is
So
going to
he,
do
did
that.
he catch it back?
He caught it back.
caught it
He
back.
caught it back.
How was it?
It was good. No.
Come on.
No.
right,
I'm going to
go.
tell you. It wasn't like he didn't come back like Lux did.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. But he came back and he had like 3 or 4 crowd pleasing punchlines in a row to the point where from watching it,
It was
you know what I'm saying,
salvageable.
on the stream, it was like, they gonna use this to say he won the round. That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Right.
But Rum Nitty second was the gargoyle line.
Third or second?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So Rum wrote up this battle, like, because when he went first in the first round, we was like, all right, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know, when people be like, oh, my first round's my lightest round, like, you know what I'm saying? But it legit was, like, you know what I mean?
And I thought Rum
like,
won the first round.
and he won the first round with a light round. And then when he went to the second, he got, and then because Dave messed up in the second, like, yo, his momentum was crazy. Going into the third, it was looking like a body. We was like, yo, if Dave don't come back in the third, it's over. And thank God he did. Dave came back in the third, and he had his best round of the battle.
Hold on. We can't play Rum Nitty's first round. That nigga said you went in straight and came out rainbow like a prism. he was like, you could never go.
What was the round? He was talking about Diddy. He was like, you said you was gonna fuck him or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, listen. This nigga said you could never go to prison. You would go in straight and come out rainbow like a prism.
No. This nigga said he said something like
He said something about like get puffed like a vape pen or something.
No, the nigga said
light turn puff, the puff turn light on like a
vape pen. Or some shit.
Yeah, no, the nigga said something like
Puff turn light on like a vape pen.
Yeah. No, and the
way he put it together was crazy.
The nigga said something like day and night. He said like an equinox.
Oh,
and he was like,
God.
he said,
The Chevy Equinox.
he said,
To get even with day.
He said to get even with day. And then the nigga said, and I know such and such already said that, but yeah, times change.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, this nigga went crazy.
He said daylight. He said, what'd he say? He said something. It ain't gonna be no daylight savings. And no, first he said a daylight savings bar. Then they was like, but Magic already said a daylight savings bar. Well, times changed. Oh my God.
Fire. I said,
bro, I'm not gonna lie. He wowed daylight out. I'm not about to act like he didn't, bro. He went crazy on bro.
I want to make a point though, and this is for like we all rap, so this is gonna be different. If you watching this as just a battle fan, we about to put you on game with something real quick, right? The battlers might not like this, but I have to say this, right? If you watch Daylight's first round, this is something that he does, right? And his first round is very different from his third, which I'm about to get to in a second, right? I know, I always say this to you, right? You win at the reference, right? Half the time with lines, it's not about good rapping, you win at the reference. If you're spitting crazy bars to me, but they're bars, like you referencing stuff I did, and I say to you, like, what you know about the Nephilim, what you know about Hollow Earth, what you know about entering,
taking it somewhere else,
what you know about the pyramid's nose is falling off and shit like that. People, since it's already a listening battle, people are like, oh, that nigga got bars, bro. That's mad depth.
But so after a while, people kind of caught on. It was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
But this is why See, this is what Daylyt does. In his first round, he did a lot of that shit, and then he dumbed it down, and then had to.
He'll flip some shit
so
like,
I'll put 51 in your area.
Yeah,
now niggas
yeah.
is like, oh my god, because he been giving them Nephilim bars.
Not right. He'll go from Nephilim bars to then he goes like, I'll spin rum with the K. I'll murk niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when they wanted to hear.
Niggas went crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That was hard.
Yeah.
Spin rum with the K. Murk niggas. Like,
But I think there's something to be said about
when he
that.
dumbed it down like that, that's when they was like, like that was, you know what I mean?
The bars I wanted, the only thing I got for rum is a double barrel.
That's hard, right? Shit like that. That was in his third. He waited too long for it.
But I want to say there's something about that. The connection between a battler doing that and knowing you have the power to do that versus how people receive it, right? Is it rain? Is it manipulation, right? I know if I'm like, yo, I'm gonna say something about William Cooper and pulling up in my Ferrari and behold the pale horses. Niggas are gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not just a regular street bar, but is it, to people like us, is it as valuable?
I think so. I like, some of my favorite bars are like lines that's always been there. It's like, this shit,
It was right there the whole
that shit was
time.
there the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do believe you win at the reference. If you could reference something that we're all familiar with and find a creative way to do it, I mean, that's the cheat code. Why not?
Right.
So,
Like, why are you trying to take me all the way over here?
so I'm gonna speak about his third round. What I felt like he did, you said it was a little too late, but I feel like he put it together perfectly. And then he had a thing was like, he said a bunch of big words in a row, a bunch of big ass vocabulary words. And then he be just like, and y'all niggas gonna be in the crowd like, that nigga just be using big bars. That don't mean that it's hot. Just because you don't understand it don't mean this nigga ain't dying.
Yeah.
And niggas been but I was like, yo, that's kind of a perfect way to trap niggas who say stuff like that about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I will give Daylyt that credit because I thought his third round was hard. And maybe you could argue he won the third round, but I think
You could, but like people will argue that because that's when he kind of started turning up, and that's like the day that they wanted to see. But then Rum goes in his third, and you're like, if you really break down the bars, like no, he kind of was still spazzing all day. You know what I mean? And even with the scheme that he flipped Daylight's, the MK. He did 2K.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
2K.
my
That shit
God.
was, that shit was hard. If you play 2K, the references he did, he broke it down. He was scheming, and that shit was crazy.
he was doing all the
It's
bad.
like
All the badges
my
and
career
shit,
and all that. Yeah.
That's
limitless range and all that
ridiculous,
shit, and
bro.
all that. That was back creative.
So June, give us a statement about the battle as a whole and just bring us out.
All right, man. Real quick, let's not spend too much time on it. Okay, I want to ask y'all this before we wrap up the battle. Do y'all feel that Daylight's performance in this battle affected him versus Lux going forward? Or are y'all as excited now?
Because
going
look at
into
what
it?
Rum Nitty did before he battled Lux. It's a different era.
Well, he battled Jaz.
What battle did Rum Nitty? Everyone wanted Rum to wait for Lux, and he took another battle.
Oh, he battled Foots.
Yeah, and people were like,
Niggas was like, why
would
you
you
take
do that?
Foots
But
before
he
Lux?
got Lux anyway. It's just a different era.
Nah, but it's not out. It's no food.
No, yeah, but when it got announced, people were like, why would you do that?
Right.
No, he's saying did this affect niggas wanting to see? Like, okay,
It's not gonna affect Lux. Lux coming with the bag, right? And if he wants to battle, he coming.
Like, do you think Lux even, because Lux was there in attendance too, and he seen the battle.
Yeah,
And I ain't gonna front, I was looking at him,
He did not
and he
look
ain't look impressed at all.
None.
He's just there like, you know what I'm saying? So, Lux is all about momentum and like picking the right opponent and shit like that. So do you think going forward, would Lux even be interested in that? Or would even the fans hold that battle at a high regard as they would have?
Yeah, I think so. I think people still want to see it.
you want to
Alright,
see you want to see him versus Lux?
Yeah, I think Lux will win, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Lux still wins.
Yeah.
But I always thought Lux.
Yeah, me too. I always think Lux will win.
Wow him out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so real quick, y'all, we're gonna wrap this up. Daylyt versus Rum Nitty. Great battle, but it did show niggas do not set your bars. High expectations when it comes to these battles sometimes, because you might just get disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Rum moved up. Day kind of came down a little bit. He showed that he was human. Overall, great event. There's more to come. Hitman Holla versus Murder Mook announced for September.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be there. Don't quote me.